Hello, everyone. John Palladino here, and let's have a hot takes discussion on Dexter New Blood. Alright, so before we get into the discussion, I gotta drop the obligatory. Check the links in the description down below if you want to connect with me, and like and subscribe to this channel, and that would be appreciated. So, before I start talking about the hot takes, I just would like to highlight the fact that this is going to spoil both the original series and the new series. So if you haven't seen either of the shows and you want to watch them without being spoiled, I recommend doing that before watching this video. I also won't be talking about the books because I haven't read the books. So let's get into it. Let's get into the original series and what I liked and didn't like about that first. Now, like many people, I struggled to get into Dexter at the first. I bought the first season, I think I was at a Target, and I randomly stumbled upon the box set of the DVD, and I thought, why not? I've heard good things about it. I'll buy it. So I bought it. I brought it home. I tried to watch it. I think it took me 3 times before I actually finished the first season. The first time I stopped after episode 1 or 2. The second time I actually tried watching it with other people, and we still didn't like it then. And then maybe like a year later, I was like, I spent money on this, so I really want to finish it. So I watched the whole first season, and about halfway through, I really got like addicted to it. And once I got addicted to it, I loved the first 4 seasons like so much. They were amazing. And then the big one happened. Rita died. And while that death was amazing and shocking and a spectacular twist, the show stumbled after that, I thought. Season 5 was probably my least favorite season, and it was 99% because Julia Stiles was in it. And I don't have anything against Julia Stiles. I just hated her character. So I guess it's less a Julia Stiles problem and more a problem with the writing of that character, who I could not stand. After season 5, Julia Stiles departed the show, and I loved it again. Season 6, season 7, they had strong and weak points to them, and season 8, I think, was the last season. A lot of people hated the last season. I really loved most of it. I could not stand the very ending when Dexter goes and hides and becomes a lumberjack. It was ridiculous, it made no sense, and it was just stupid. A lot of people seem to complain about the way Deb died, and I thought that was amazing. That was one of my favorite moments of the whole show. I thought the whole story made sense. I thought it made sense that Dexter decided to put her out of her misery, I guess you could say, and it was very sad, very good, very interesting. So we move on to Dexter New Blood, which was a show revived, like 10 years after the original show or something like that. And I gotta say, I don't think I've ever been more excited for a rebooted like series or show. And when Dexter New Blood was announced, I was like, yes, we're finally gonna get what I didn't get in the first series. But, of course, we just got a small taste or tease of what could have been, and I have never been more annoyed, upset, or just pissed off in my life, because the promise was there. And then, in my opinion, they did the same thing that they did with the first series, which was just end it in such a way that was such a disservice to the actual show. So, what did I not like about Dexter New Blood? Well, let's start off with Harrison. Harrison's character was not my favorite. I don't know if it was the actor or the writing. I just didn't jive with Harrison at all. Aside from Harrison, I really couldn't stand what they did with Hannah. Now, this is another hot take. I loved Hannah in the original show. I know a lot of people couldn't stand her. I thought she was a great character. And they killed her off screen because she had cancer or whatever. Would I have liked to see her in the show? Yes, 1,000%. I was so excited for her to come back with Harrison, and that did not happen. So Dexter's girlfriend, the police officer, I forgot if she was a chief or just an officer, but I think she was the chief, Angela, She may have been the only character in New Blood that was new that I didn't absolutely hate, even though she was pretty incompetent as a police officer for a while. So she was okay. I think another issue I had with the show was that Deborah was now Dexter's conscience, and that was cool. But I think that Harry should have still been in it for at least part of it. Maybe have like two consciences that pop up during different situations. I don't really understand why Harry was just erased and Deborah just moved in and took his place. Either way, the move to have Deborah there was actually really cool. I like that. I just wish they had done either both or something. I don't know. It felt weird that Harry was his conscience for so long, and like for 8 seasons, and then he's just nowhere to be seen. And I thought that was weird. Some people say that in the second to last episode of the show, I think it was, Dexter decided, I don't need Harry any longer, and he throws Harry away, I guess. I guess he makes the decision to go with Hannah and Harrison. However, we all know that the end result is that he doesn't actually go to see Hannah and Harrison. He actually goes to, what is it, Canada, I think, that the location of New Blood is? I don't remember. And so I would think that because he didn't actually follow through with his decision to get rid of Harry and go with where he wants to go with Hannah and Harrison, that wouldn't Harry have resurfaced at some point? Or maybe it is that Deborah just took over and he did get rid of Harry. Either way, I still think it's just strange and odd that Harry doesn't make any appearances, even if Dexter decided, I'm done with you. But what can you do? The whole show of Dexter New Blood, in my opinion, just felt so pointless. What was the point in Dexter New Blood? Harrison shows up. Cool. Dexter's a terrible father. Cool, but weird, because we saw how he was actually a decent father in the show. Yes, he said he was pretending, and yes, he had struggles, but he always seemed to know what to do. In this show, he seemed like a fish out of water, and that, to me, didn't feel right. He was always really good at blending in, always really good at figuring out what to do. And in this one, it just felt like Daddy Daycare instead of Dexter. And then Dexter not being with the Miami Police Department. He was not a blood expert anymore. He's just a boring shop, gun shop cashier, I guess. What was the point in all of this? It was just not interesting. He didn't really do much killing. There wasn't much happening. It was like, I killed one person and now everyone's after me, but they don't know they're after me. The villain in the show, not that compelling compared to most, I don't think. And I just thought that the show really meandered for a while. The music is another huge issue I had with the show. They teased original music a few times, but they never implemented it in the same way, and it just made the show feel way different. Why did we not get the original score? I don't understand that. When it showed up, the 1 or 2 times that it did, it was like, oh, we're back. And then it kind of stopped. I don't know. It was weird. And then let's talk about the end. The biggest disappointment of the show, in my opinion, I think, was that he finally gets caught. He's arrested. He's put in prison, or jail, I guess. He's not in prison yet. And the police are the most incompetent police I've ever seen, where he's able to trick them and get out after killing them. It was ridiculous. No police officer is going to be that stupid. It's just, the whole thing was absurd. On top of that, they teased us with Angel's reappearance for no reason. The whole time I was so excited for the show to come back because I was like, sweet. They're going to have Miami return, and they're going to find out what Dexter did. We're going to see their reactions. We're going to see them interrogate him. I can't wait. No, instead, they arrest him. You never really get to see anyone's reaction. He escapes in the most buffoonish way possible, and then his son shows up and kills him. which is hilarious because his son is him and definitely needs Dexter's help. So now Showtime wants to make spin-offs about, I don't really know what, Harrison as a kid or uh, other stuff that I'm not really interested in. But I don't know. Overall, I think Dexter New Blood was just a very boring, much more tame version of the original series, and there just wasn't any tension. Nothing ever happened, and it ended in a wet fart, exactly the way that the first series ended. And it seems like a lot of people online love the show. And, that's cool. Everyone has the right to love their own stuff and like the shows and stuff, but it puzzles me how someone that liked the original series and absolutely hated the ending because of the way that it ended with him, being a lumberjack, doing nothing. This show ends almost the same way. He gets killed by someone, doesn't really make a lot of sense. There's no closure again. There's nothing revealed. You don't see him. You don't see Angel's reaction. Angel is there on the show. You never see his reaction. How insane is that? I can't get over that. And that's about all I have to say on the show and why I didn't like it. Pretty quick discussion on why I didn't like it, I suppose. But if you liked it or didn't like it, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me why I'm wrong, but don't be an asshole. I hope you've enjoyed this hot takes discussion. I hope that you come back for the next one. I'm planning on releasing them every week. One of these days I'll figure out an actual schedule. As of right now, might be a little random until I figure it out, but there will be one every week. Take care, everyone, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.